Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about saving seeds. This year it's going to be really important for us to save as many seeds as we can from our gardens all across the world, because we actually are having a shortage of seeds because everybody's gardening this year. I'm so excited that so many people have decided to plant seeds in their own yards, but it means if I go and try to buy the seeds that I normally do to be able to come to your classrooms and plant at school, I'm having a hard time finding seeds. So let's all grow things at home, let them go to flower, and then save the seeds from our vegetables. And let me show you an example of how I did this actually last year. So at Windmill School, I grew a huge arbor of my favorite purple bean. It's called Trionfo Violetto, and I eat it whenever it's young, and it's so delicious. Just like it's a green bean, except for instead it has purple skin, so it's very easy to see on the vine. This Italian variety is so prolific that we were able to harvest again and again and again, and it grew over 10 feet high. So at the very end of the season, early winter, I left the last of the pods stay on the vine until they dried up like this. Now the fun thing is, then it's like opening a present. So if you let it dry on the vine, crack it open, then you have all of these dried beans inside. And guess what, my friends? These are bean seeds. So I compost the shell, and all of these I can save to plant the following spring. And that's exactly what I did. Of course, my favorite way to start seeds, is in a milk jug. We made our little greenhouse. I actually started this one March 29th. And today, let's see, it's April 16th, I believe. And so they've only been growing for a little over 2 weeks. And look what happened. Is that amazing? I'm so excited. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to plant seeds the same time that I'm planting a seedling, so that we have what's called a perpetual harvest. As these are ripening, we're going to have these that are about 3 weeks behind. Since these are 3 weeks behind, we're going to get a harvest over a longer period of time. I'm going to be planting them with my chocolate cherry tomato, one of my favorite cherry tomatoes of all time. It's a dark purplish brown color, and it is absolutely delicious, and also very prolific, like our Trionfo Violetto bean. So what I'm going to do, friends, is I'm going to think about where I'm going to have my tomato cage. I'm going to have my tomato cage with a leg here, a leg here, a leg here, and a leg here. Instead of having poles for our bean to grow up, I'm going to let our pole bean grow up the tomato cage. So I'll be able to fit those two different plants, beans and tomatoes, in one garden bag. So let me show you how I do this. First, I'm going to plant my seedling. Look at that beautiful seedling. So I'm going to plant one over here. Same time that I plant a seedling, right next to it, I'm going to plant a seed. I'm going to do this in all 4 corners. Isn't that beautiful? Here's my seedling. There's my seed. And look how fun this one is, my friends. It still is sprouting. Isn't that fun? I love watching plants grow. There's my seedling. There's my seed. Let's get a big one now. One of the things I love about beans. Look, it's in the shape of a heart. Love is everywhere, my friends. There's my seedling. And there's my seed. So with my chocolate cherry tomato in the center, I have 8 pole beans But my daughter Grace is growing this beautiful red leaf lettuce. I actually saved the seeds from this plant from my friend Tia's garden, I think 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. So we've been growing this one ever since. Grace started all of these lettuce seeds in a milk jug greenhouse, and then once they got large enough, she transplanted them or up potted them into a larger container. My daughter Emily is trying to have me reduce as much plastic use as possible. So instead of this being a single-use plastic, I'm trying to use this black plastic as many times as possible. So now I'm going to look at where my tomato is going to be growing. And the wonderful thing about tomatoes is that they grow quickly, and they are going to shade our lettuce once it gets to be really hot in the summertime. Lettuce does not like to get very hot. But I have found that lettuces that have red in their leaf color seem to tolerate heat a little bit better than green leaf lettuce. These are so beautiful. I'm very careful not to break the roots. Now, if I have more than one seedling right next to each other, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to separate these so that they don't have to compete for water and nutrients. That way we'll get a larger head of lettuce. Carefully separating them, trying not to break all of their roots. All right, and last but not least, my friends, I'm going to plant one more vegetable in this space. Since this is a balcony garden and I have the railing of this balcony, I thought it would be fun to plant my favorite, my absolute favorite squash or zucchini. This is called tromboncino, and it's an Italian heirloom that you can eat whenever it's young, like a summer squash. But if you let it mature at the end of the season, it will turn into a harder skinned winter squash that you can keep for months and months and months. In fact, I have friends who planted this last year that still have some tromboncino as winter squash that's growing and being saved in their pantry right now. Once it becomes a winter squash, it kind of tastes sweet like a pumpkin or a butternut squash. It's absolutely delicious. But if you pick it whenever it's young and green, like in this picture, it tastes like just a really sweet zucchini. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, my friends, that's what I have to share with you today. So remember to save seeds with me this year. It's going to be really important. And then I can give you some of my seeds and you can give me some of your seeds and we can grow together. Okay, happy gardening.